My name is James Williams Jr. Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc 2, and now I got a little bit more intel on what's been going on with police officers. Apparently, the one in North Carolina was a black cop shooting a black man who wasn't armed, and it was a riot last night or whatever. So, in that, including the white woman shooting the black man who had his hands up, all you guys know where you can find these videos, and I don't, so I'm not going to be able to post them because this is YouTube, and YouTube, you have to have permission to put up certain stuff. If it's not yours, if it's not copyrighted by you, you're pretty much fucked and you can't do it. I would like for my show not to get shut down, so I'm not going to do any of that. But I am going to do this. I want to talk to all you people in power and privileged jobs of authority. Put my magical dog tags on. When I was in the Army, I took an oath of service, which promotes to me to fight against foreign and domestic terrorism. That oath still holds true. That oath is why I put these dog tags on every morning before I go anywhere. It's also why I put them on every day and every night, because that oath means something to me. I'm not here to condemn police officers, but what I'm about to say is 1,000% true. We, as citizens, do have Second Amendment rights to bear arms. But if we do not brandish a weapon, we should not be shot on sight. Yeah, granted, I have had military training, so you're probably going to shoot me on sight, especially if you're watching these videos right now. I don't have a gun. I have a bow and arrow. Alright? I practice archery. I have no intention of shooting anyone with my bow and arrow. Alright? I'm also part Cherokee. And I can whip my hair back and forth. Just in case you guys can't see that. Alright? When you pull me over, I am going to comply. But what we need to understand is that apparently you guys aren't being trained enough on how to diffuse a situation and how to become calm. Y'all need to woo-saw that shit. Because somewhere along the line, you guys have forgotten that not everybody is a bad guy. Alright? Not everybody is a bad guy. Not everybody of color is a thug or a menace to society. Some of us are actually pretty decent. Some of us even rock badges. Some of us serve this country proudly. Some of us serve our tribes proudly. Some of us want to make a difference in this world. And if you keep putting bullets in us while we're unarmed, you're collapsing our opportunity to do so. And apparently, it's okay for this to happen without consequence or relevance of our lives and what we had planned out before somebody decided to end it. You need to learn the difference between a hostile situation and how to diffuse it and a traffic stop. Now, granted, in the late 80s and the early 90s, lots of cops have been killed in traffic stops. But this is generally why you're supposed to have backup so that this does not happen. But somewhere between the late 80s and the early 90s, people have forgotten to follow procedure. And yeah, procedure evolves along with everyone else. But the difference is you need your procedure up here. And there's nothing wrong with being on red alert. There's nothing wrong with being on yellow alert. Nothing wrong with being on white alert. But here's the thing about that. If you're going to be on alert, be alert to what you're on alert for. You're not always going to get shot when you pull someone over. But if you're that scared, you probably shouldn't have that job. Or you should always wear project number 1, your BPV. Let me redo that because a lot of you people have no idea what the fuck I just said. Bulletproof vest. BPV. Alright? Now, you're not going to like this video from this point on. So if you choose to get off, I ain't got nothing but respect. I salute you. But I'm tired of turning on the news to this shit every week on the East Coast or the West Coast, whether it be in the Northeastern Hemisphere or the Southeastern Hemisphere or the West Eastern and the West Northern and the West Southern Hemisphere, stop killing people. Now, I'm not just saying this because they're black people. I'm saying this because they're fucking people. There have been some issues with white people being killed by cops too. Granted, we might not see it on the news, might have to read it on a tablet or Facebook or whatever, but you still know that it's happening. What's going on in these academies where you can't train people to defuse the situation before it gets hostile? Now, on the flip side of that script, what's wrong with us citizens where we can't just comply? It's not that difficult to just do what we're told. So I'm going to put this out here. No, because I'm of color. I'm mixed, but no matter what you say, my skin is brown, so my ass is probably going to go down. When the cop pulls you over, pull over. Drop your keys out the window. Put your hands on the window until they get there. Now, if this officer seems agitated, get out the car and lay on the fucking ground. Don't do nothing but lay there. He's going to put his knee in your back. He's going to handcuff you behind your back. Do not resist. Do as you are told. Now, you can't reach for your ID if he's got a gun in your face telling you to reach for your ID and then not reach for your ID. Coppers, you can only give them one particular command at a time. And you want them to reach for your ID, then let them get out the car and reach for it slowly. Because reaching for it in the car obstructs your view. And then your paranoid ass is going to kick in with paranoid fear of, I should probably shoot this motherfucker because he's reaching for a gun that does not exist. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I do not have a gun. So if I wind up dead by a cop in the next couple of months, weeks, or years, it won't be because I was reaching for a gun. Now I have a knife in my glove compartment. Maybe 2 of them. But I don't have a need to reach them for someone who's supposed to serve and protect me. They're pulling me over for a speeding ticket. Like how the thing's flashing in the background there? They're pulling me over for a fucking speeding ticket. I'm going to comply. Simple as that. I'm going to comply. I'm not some hothead because I was in the National Guard. Because I was a soldier does not give me the right to go all Rambo up on a motherfucker. And it's not going to happen because most of the time if you pull over a soldier, we know the drill. We not going to cause no motherfucking problems. No. And I'll tell you first, I'm going to start around with my dog tags out of my shirt. So when they first pull me over, they're going to see that I'm a vet. And hopefully, this will make a bit of a difference of them being exactly calm. Or, because my luck is just as bad, it may have a side effect and they be like, oh yeah, we done pulled over a motherfucking vet. This motherfucker's going to go crazy. I need 9 cars out this bitch right now because I don't want to be taken out by Rambo or Commando or Red Scorpion. Yeah, like how I put those names in there. I don't want to be taken out by the Punisher because this guy's a veteran and we don't want him flipping out and killing us because we're cops and we don't have the training required to deal with a veteran. Look here, buddy. A lot of cops are fucking veterans. Alright? Just depends on what state you're in and what their MOS was when they got out of the military. Most MPs go straight into police work. They don't like it because it's not as constructive, or the pile of constructs don't work with the military order, which is just straight. And the military order is a straight line where you have complexity in civilian police work. And a lot of people don't understand that military police work is hard knock and we don't give a fuck. You're gonna do, period. Where you have to cut through red tape up here to get to where you need to be with civilian police work. I know this all sounds like a bunch of shit, but hey, ask a military cop and then go ask a real cop. Civilian cop. They're all real cops. So here's my thing. Where is the training being fucked up? Is it the academy? Or is it the people attending the academy? Where is it where you haven't been run through every fucking possible scenario to know the difference between a hostile situation and one that you can defuse a little bit easier with words than you can with weapons? The problem is that I don't think that people who are rocking badges have been in enough crisis situations to have training where they could be that. All police officers probably need FBI training now. All of them. If not, they probably need CIA training. And until we can accommodate them and give them the proper training, there's going to be a lot more shit with like this lady officer shooting this unarmed black man with his hands up, or this black cop killing this black man and saying that he has a gun. Well, anybody can say you have a gun. Well, here's the thing: they will test the body for resin, and if that body doesn't have it, you're fucked. So, what, you're gonna shoot me, put a gun in my hand, and shoot the gun? Well, here's the thing: you don't know what hand I write with. I can write with both hands. And the Army taught me how to shoot with both hands. Granted, I completely, totally sucked at it, but I can do it. Now, a little bit more practice, I can probably do anything. But the thing is, what's going on with the training? Are we all just hiring people who are just gung-ho to shoot people just because they have a badge and a gun? Maybe, maybe not. Or maybe it was just a freak out because of the natural fear of people of color. I will do a video on that in a second. So I'm going to close this out. First, to the families of the slain within the entire realm of 2016, because there's just one too many to count. And when I say that, it's not because I can't keep track of all the people that have died this year, because truthfully, I can't. But, you know, I can't name them. I know that most of them were people of color. To their families, you have me in prayer. You know, I'm there for you in prayer, because there's nothing else I can really do but make this video to try and put a stop to it, to try and make a difference. Clearly it's not working, but, you know, something's got to give. I'm James Williams Jr. May God bless you, and He will take care of your children now. So now you guys got to take care of the legal ramifications of the bullshit that's happening here on Earth. I'm James Williams Jr. Just come for Havoc 2. Be seeing you.